Good morning, traders. So how are we going to trade the DAX this morning? So I think the key thing here is looking at the weekly. We could have a weekly exhaustion bar in place here. Okay. Now, I just want to pick up these levels. So you can see this inside tail here lines up with this tail, lines up with this tail, almost lines up with that tail. And you can see how the buyers have stepped in at this level. And you can see there was a previous break. And then if I look even further to the left, you can see there was more interaction at this level. Okay, so we could also argue that this is the neckline of this big head and shoulders. Okay, because you can see this is basically the left shoulder, so that's the neckline. And we've flirted it, and we're now flirting with it again. So a break below this area is going to be fairly significant. Okay, but I've seen on these big patterns, I've often seen sort of price move down to here, okay, and then form a base and then turn and run in the opposite direction. So, these big patterns like this, sometimes they do play out like this double top played out quite nicely. But often, especially with the head and shoulders like this, sometimes it just turns into something different. And I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I'm saying, you need to trade the now, trade what you see for today. Don't worry about these big weekly patterns. If it does get through this level here, then you have a potential for that to play out. And I would like to see a breakthrough, come back, test it, and then the test fail. So until that happens, I'm still looking for a long from the bottom of this area. Okay, so let's just have a look at how the daily finished as well. Okay, so you can see we finished with an indecision bar on the daily. So yeah, there's read into that what you want to. It may be more consolidation today, or it may just be a pause before we move to the downside, or it could be a pretty violent turn to the upside. So nothing really we can read into it at the moment. And similar to the Aussie, you can see what's worthwhile is just paying attention to the 1 hour. For as long as we stay below the alligator on the hour, the trend is down. But you can see we've been moving down, and now we are slowly consolidating, or alternatively, you could say we are rounding. Okay, and why I say that is because we formed a low, a higher low. Okay, we haven't taken out. We would need to take out sort of that high there for us to start thinking about a trend change, but ultimately it needs to be sort of this swing high here, this tail here. So we need to get above 12,090 for us to be convinced that the trend has changed. Okay, so for now the trend is still down, but there is warning bells ringing in my head that this is potentially a consolidation for a move, well, either direction. So you're looking for a break above 11,960 or a break below 11,893 at the moment. Okay, so again, use the hour on the DAX to see when your trend has changed. What is concerning me is that we do have quite a bit of diversions working out here on the awesome oscillator, as well as the 1 hour here. So we've got pretty much a flat line at the bottom, but you can see how the Williams percentage R is running to the upside. So ever so slightly, nothing really glaring. And you can see here how we've had an inside bar and a pin bar. So we've got an inside bar here. So we've got some reversal patterns happening. We're looking for that confirmation now. Okay. So what am I doing today? So for me at the moment, breaking through these two levels is going to be critical for the direction. So until that happens, I'm going to be looking to take profit as often as possible. So this range here is 69 points, okay? And we are kind of in the middle of this range. So I'd like to see price down in the 11,890 area, and I'd like to see some kind of bullish price action here, and that would be an opportunity to get long, but pretty much taking profit at the 11,960 area. Okay, so until we break this convincingly with our, because that is an hour fractional, I want an hour close above this level. Until that happens, this is a consolidation for a move in either direction. Okay, so this could be a final, sort of a final flag, but yeah, I think I'd like to see some confirmation. Okay, so for me, it's a case of we'll watch this on the 12, see what happens at the open, and you can see when you start watching it on the 12 minutes, you can see how it's all over the place at the moment. There's no clear direction. So we had moves to downside, we've had inside bars, we've had buyers stepping in at this 11,900 area pretty much most of Friday. You can see they stepped in here, they stepped in here, they stepped in here. Okay, so clearly this is a level that is being pretty well respected at the moment, and we need to see whether it holds today. Okay, so again, it's a case of range trade for me. So long from the bottom here, from this 11,890 area. Pretty much if we take out, well, I suppose if we take out this fractional to the downside with a half hour close below it, then I'll look to the left and see if we can pick up some more levels. And you can see there are quite a few more levels here. That's probably the next significant one there. Okay, so let's come back to 12. So if we do take out this 11,890, then you can expect 11,700 or 11,800. Okay, so 11,800, I would expect some buyers to step in again, and then we see where it goes from there. But if we do take out this level here of 11,960, there's a good chance we can move to the upside. Pay attention to the 200 moving average, which is 1,200. Coincidentally, big level. Also a tail up there on the hour, that's a big level. So, no, sorry, we're on the wrong side. That's it there, 1211. So we've got these inside tails here. Okay, so that would be a fairly significant level to watch. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for today. I'm expecting us to range this morning, to be honest with you. I don't expect us to move in any direction. There's just too much geopolitical noise happening, and I don't think that's going to stop this week, actually. So it's going to be a case of long from the bottom, short from the top. But for all intents and purposes, if you're following the hour, we are in a downward trend. Okay, so being a downward trend, a break of this fractional will be above the alligator, not above the blue line, but above the teeth. So there is a potential that would indicate a move to the upside. How far to the upside, who knows? It could just be a short little tracement. It could actually just pop up to the blue line here and move down. Okay, and a break below this level would be fairly confident. So a break below this 11,890, I'm fairly confident we should hit 11,800 area before buyers step in again. Okay, so to sum it up, if we hit this area here, I'm looking for a long, and I will be interested in taking a long on any bullish action here. So any bullish action on the 12 minutes after the open would give me some indication that we are moving to the upside, and the stop would be below this 11,890 area. Okay. So yes, that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm expecting a little bit more ranging, so we'll trade the range accordingly. And if we do break to the downside and you do manage to get a short in, watch this 11,800 area, because it is a massive level. I think it's probably more than likely a monthly level as well. Yeah, quite a bit happening in this area. You can see there's a monthly tail there, and we line up with the jaws of the alligator as well. Okay, and more importantly, have a look at this divergence here. Okay, so you can see we've got a higher low but the oscillator is forming a lower low. So that is continuation divergence in the direction of the trend, and the direction of the trend is up. Okay, so there's a lot of little warning bells that are saying that we should be bouncing off this level, and there are going to be a lot of people playing this head and shoulders this week. So expect some volatility, and the trick is just to get on it at the right place and stay on it. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this at the moment. I do expect us to sort of move a bit to the upside. If we fail to take out these highs, so this high, this high, this high here, and we start forming any sort of bearish price action, then you ride this thing in the direction of the trend to the downside. Get in, put your stops up as close as you can, and let's see where it goes to. Okay, so in other words, let's wait for the open, see what happens, and watch these two levels very carefully. Okay, so bottom is 11,890, and the top is 11,960. What you could actually do as well is pay attention to this fractional level here. So on the 12-minute fractional, pay attention to this 11,940 area. Okay, guys, that's kind of how I see it at the moment. We'll have to wait and see at the open to see what transpires. But anyway, that's my take on this today. I hope it helps, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Enjoy your day. Cheers for now.